I have been in software engineering for 20 years. I have worked with billion-dollar startups. I have built systems that scales to millions of users. And I have done pretty well in tech. But recently, I bought a coffee shop. Not for fun, not because I love cappuccinos, I mean, I do, but because I started to see something coming most engineers are ignoring. And if you don't act, you might be caught and prepared. Now in the next 8 minutes, I will show you why I bought it, how I got it for 68% off the original price, and the 3 principles I follow to hedge against AI while building real wealth. I'm calling this new series From IT to Empire. I know, cheesy, just go with it. Here's the thing though, I'm not ditching tech, I'm building a portfolio, and I think a lot of you might need to start thinking that way too. The moment everything changed for me was when ChatGPT dropped. It's just my heart dropped with it. Because that wasn't just a fun new tool, that was the first time I realized every dollar I made came from one same skill, software. No hitch. No diversification, just one brittle income stream that a smarter algorithm could destroy overnight. Now that realization didn't make me panic, thankfully, but it made me move. I started hunting for business ideas AI cannot automate next Tuesday. Ideas for what I call boring businesses. Because AI is exciting and it's sexy and you get it. So here are the 3 categories I focused on. Number 1, leisure. Think rock climbing, going with your friends, axe throwing, or even a pottery class. Basically, anything that you can do with your friends, your family, because human interaction, it's hard to automate. Number 2, health. So I want you to think yoga, meditation studios, or even a local gym. I'm not saying that you can't do these things with AI. Certainly a robot can perform a deep tissue massage, even deliver a baby. But do you really want that? And number 3 is around, well, food. Think a local coffee shop where your favorite barista knows your name and your order by heart. Think an artisanal bakery where a maître pâtissier makes that delicious pure butter croissant and people come for the experience, not for the product. Because the pendulum is swinging back to the personal, local, and human experience after decades we spent in globalization. That's where I went hunting, and that's where I found Mistral Café. But this was not your typical profitable spot. The real challenge, it came after the handshake. Well, it wasn't called Mistral before. It wasn't a coffee shop. It wasn't the hottest venue in the neighborhood. I mean, it wasn't even profitable when I got it. Reviews were meh, the ambiance was lacking, but the neighborhood, perfect 5 out of 7. High school, libraries, parks, all that means foot traffic. Plus, the previous owner had built a solid clientele. By the way, if you ever wondered how to spot a solid business in your neighborhood, I'll touch on that in a minute. But first, let's get something straight because there are 3 big reasons I made this move. Reason 3, community and brand equity. You see, when I deploy a microservice, no one hugs me. I serve a perfect croissant to a dad walking his kid to the library. He smiles, he tips, he tweets. That emotional moat is priceless. That emotional moat is AI proof. And that's exactly what I was looking for. Reason 2, I wanted to leverage my tech skills. I am a cloud architect and software engineer most of the days. Barista on some Sundays because I just freaking love it. But I go there to work on automating inventory, optimizing staffing, analyzing sales data. I'm already turning this cafe into a tech-savvy operation that runs smoother than your average coffee shop. But I'm also learning a ton about running a physical business. I learned, for example, that you need to streamline your operations as much as you can. You need to enhance customer satisfaction. I really do believe the customer is always right. And I needed to boost productivity even though I'm not always there in person. which is why I am building Pocket COO, an AI-driven tool that does exactly just that. But more on that very soon, because I would love to design it for scale. I would love to build it together with you. We will go from zero to production-ready SaaS step by step, and I'm partnered up with some of the best in the business to make it happen. And reason number one, the most important, is the hedge against AI. Software margins are insane until they're zero. A latte though, it cannot be copy-pasted. 5 lattes, 100 times a day, 300 days a year, that's 150,000 gross income. Real estate gets the headline, and rightfully so, it's a solid investment, but small retail leases, they let you control prime locations for pennies on the dollar. My rent, for example, from Mistral Café, that's $1,700 a month for a prime spot. Daily break-even lattes, 57. We hit that in a day or two most months. The real pain point though is started after the handshake. As software engineers, we're used that our IDE warns us about missing semicolons. The 80+ pages lease that I had to go through punished missing semicolons with eviction. It took me like weeks to get it sorted out because I needed to go through every line under a loop. And because I'm, cheap, and because I want to do everything myself, I didn't even hire a lawyer. I just used LLMs to go through it. As a cloud architect, I'm used to just clicking accept, and deploying. This was completely different. Zoning regulations, staff responsibilities, opening hours. You wanted to change the lock on the front door, you gotta get the landlord written permission. You wanted to hang out a sign outdoor, you can't do it yourself. You have to hire a contractor because apparently it needs a professional to screw a couple of screws together on a wall. But in the end, we reached a state where we felt both comfortable operating. And I can compile the things you absolutely must look for in a lease agreement in a future video if you're interested as well. So weekdays, I'm still a cloud architect because leverage. But I drop on the shop from time to time to spot check inventory, coach staff, study the numbers. I also hired a full-time manager that handles operations daily and gets a profit share. That buys me freedom to basically run the business on a couple of hours a week. And most importantly, hunt for location number 2. But a year later, yes, I've been operating this way for a year. It is still a mix of excitement and anxiety because every machine has quirks, because every customer has expectations. And I had to learn 2 things very, very, very fast. Lesson number 1, real business is not about tech. I know we're in software, we used to think that way, but real business, it's about the people. It's about the community. And number 2, real business is unforgiving. This is not software where, it doesn't work, just change this and recompile. You approach real business like that, you lost a couple of customers, they're never coming back. So why am I telling you all this? Because if you're in tech, AI will not ruin your career tomorrow, but it might change the game faster than you expect. Real assets are messy. Physical businesses are hard, but they're also real. If you've ever considered diversifying or buying a business, I think this series is gonna be for you. Just consider this first episode as a pilot, just my way of testing the waters. If this is interesting to you, give the video a like, let me know in the comments. I will show you my wins, I'll share my failures and exact strategies that I went through for this whole year. And that's it for the episode, guys. You know what to do next. See you in the next one.